If you are a runner needing gift ideas for friends or loved ones, or if you are someone who has a runner who is a loved one and need gift ideas, then you're in the right place because today I'm going to give you my top 5 gift ideas for runners, plus a bonus 5 stocking stuffer ideas for runners coming up. Spartans, welcome back to another episode of Train Spartan, and today is a special edition where we are going to be going over 5 top gift ideas for runners and 5 stocking stuffer bonus ideas for runners. But before that, I just want to put a disclosure out there. I do have some Amazon affiliate links below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you do click any of those links, any of your purchases will help fund the show. It's at no cost to you, just a little bonus for me. And also, I am an Orange Mud ambassador. I do get a discount from Orange Mud. I've been using their products for over a year though at full price. Absolutely love their products, and that's the only reason I'm an ambassador. So gift idea number 1 are headphones. And if your runners are at all like me, I absolutely love to listen to music running. It's about the only time I ever listen to music. My 2 top headphones that I use are Jaybird. I use the Jaybird Vista 2. It's got fantastic sound. They're really durable. They're, waterproof and a super long battery life. I run ultramarathons and trail runs, and so having something that's durable and will last a long time is really important. You can use each earbud independently, and so for safety, if you're going to be anywhere near any sort of traffic or, out on the trails in the wilderness where there might be animals where you need to be alert and aware of your surroundings, I'd recommend running with one earbud. If you want the ultimate in safety, however, I would say Aftershokz makes some incredible headphones. And I owned one of the first pair of Trex Titaniums they came out with a few years ago. They were great, lasted several years. And the Trex earbuds, what's different, I guess they're not actually earbuds, they are headphones, but they actually go over the front of the ear, if you can see right there. So they're not actually in your ears. You can hear everything that's going on around you. And they actually use bone conduction technology. And so you can still hear everything that's going on around you. All the sound can go, into the ears. You can hold conversations, but you can still listen to music, and it's still good quality. I wouldn't say it's as good as Jaybird in terms of sound quality, but for what it does, it is impressive. And if I need something to be safe, like these are my earbuds, or my headphones that I use, and they do have a long battery life. They last, I believe it's 8 hours. It's all going to depend on the volume that you use, of course. But I mean, a lot longer than most people would need for a lot of runs. For gift idea number 2, we've got running vests. And so if your runner is starting to do any distance like half marathon, marathon, ultramarathon, longer trail runs, where they're going to be out, a couple of hours, it's nice to be able to have access to several things: water, your calories, nutrition. So whether you use gels, and we'll talk about those a little bit later, again, the stocking stuffers. But you need to have more equipment on you, a phone if you need to make a call, some protective equipment. Maybe if it's cold outside, have some warmer gear in your bag in case you need it, or a place to stow your gear if it warms up or the weather changes and you need a place to put things. Having a good running vest or a running pack, some place to store things, is super important. I've used several different brands, and I know some of the popular ones that other people use too, that they really like. So my top one is Orange Mud. Again, they are fantastic, and they have several different options from, full-on 12 to 20 liter packs. I use these for super rugged ultras where I'm going to be out for, possibly 30 plus hours and really need a lot of gear. It can hold a lot of stuff, cold clothes, rain jacket. If you need to have, several liters of water plus flasks, and we can talk about those later as well. But these are awesome. They're really lightweight. I've also used Arc'teryx. I've used Solomon personally. And then, Nathan, Ultimate Direction are also some popular brands that are out there. They have lots of different options and sizes. But knowing the distance, the further distance and the longer your runner is going to be out, and the more kind of variations in weather or adverse weather, especially if it could get really cold and you need cold gear available, I would get a larger pack that can have 12 to 20 liters of storage capacity and can hold up to 2 liters in a water bladder, where you have several liters, or you've got soft flasks that a lot of these come with if you're not familiar. So instead of like a regular water bottle that maintains its shape and it's kind of rigid and the water can kind of slosh around, they make these soft flasks, and so as you drink, they collapse down, and they're really lightweight. They can hold usually about half a liter of water. Those are popular with a lot of the running vests that are out there. And so just knowing the distance that your runner does, you can pick the appropriate vest or pack for them. Gift idea number 3 are running clothes. And My favorite, I mean, there are lots of shorts that you can get. I really like Arc'teryx as a brand. They make really high quality, lightweight gear. It is a lot more expensive than some of the other options that are out there. So if you're on a budget, that's probably not going to be for you. But they make very high quality shirts and shorts. They're really lightweight. They don't chafe. They have seamless options for the shirts, so you don't get seams rubbing on the arms and getting chafing there. Another really popular shirt, or one that is probably my favorite, is Rabbit, Rabbit. Their shirts feel like, I don't know, clothing, butter made into clothing. Like, they are so soft and stretchy. Like, I absolutely love those shirts. I've gotten some of their shirts and shorts for my wife, and she absolutely loves them as well. So it's another option. They're not cheap either, but I think they're cheaper than Arc'teryx. For undergarments, at least for me, the ones that I found have the least chafage in sensitive areas on longer runs are Lululemon. Their boxer brief compression shorts are phenomenal. I own 3 pairs of those, and those are what I use on my ultras. Like, hands down, I do not use anything else. Another key equipment that I would say, if your runner doesn't have, because they probably have a bunch of shirts and shorts from races and different things that they wear, but a rain jacket. Like, if you need a gift idea for something they may not have, this is one by Arc'teryx. I have used it for pretty much every race that I've ever run that's an ultra. I've used it in the rain on training runs as well. I always keep this in my running pack if I'm doing anything more than 5 miles, because not only is it a great rain jacket, it's a really light shell. I use this in the wintertime for running. If it's in the 30s or even the 20s, and I've had mountain ultras where it got down into the 30s, this was all I used. While I was running, this was enough to keep me warm, even though it wasn't raining. It provided that enough warmth that I could use this without having a big bulky jacket on. It's I don't know, less than half a pound. I mean, super lightweight. It packs down to almost nothing. Having a good rain jacket could literally be a lifesaver in certain situations. So I always keep those. Another great idea if your runner doesn't have one of those. Gift idea number 4 is the Change Towel by Orange Mud. And I don't know if any other companies make this, but this is the only one that I've seen that does this. And I don't have it, so I'm probably going to be asking the Jolly Man in the red suit for one of these this year. But it's basically, it's a towel wrap. It's got Velcro. It can be a seat cover, but you can use it on your run. So when you get really sweaty, really dirty, if you need a place to change, but there isn't a changing station, you can just use it as a wrap around the waist, change your underclothing, put it back on. You could use it in the middle of the race. It just has a lot of utility to it. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten into my car and I'm just thinking, man, I really don't want to have to clean out the inside of my car because I am just so nasty and stinky right now. And having that to just be able to put over your seat cover would be excellent. Gift idea number 5 are running sleeves. And if your runner doesn't have these, they need to have these. And I've got a couple of different pairs. I got some cheap ones at a running expo when I first started out. And these are nice because if it's cooler, but you don't want to wear a long sleeve shirt, you can put these on and have a short sleeve shirt. You can then roll these down in the middle of your race and it's just around your wrists. And so they can keep you warm. But what a lot of people don't realize is some people hate running in the summer because it gets so hot. Well, running sleeves, especially if you have a pair of white ones like this, help reflect the sun. But if you get these wet and just pour a little bit of water, it keeps you so much cooler. You get that evaporative cooling with the cool water going on there. It's extremely helpful for that. But if you get, again, Orange Mud, I just love their equipment. I bought these, not at a discount, full price, just because I absolutely love their gear. These have these little pockets built into the sleeves that you can tuck ice into, or, gels. We talked about nutrition. If you're doing a run, but you don't want to carry a bunch of stuff, you could put gels inside of these things. But ice, you pack these things with ice and get them wet. And I have done races in 80, 90 degree weather with humidity, and these things are a lifesaver. I absolutely love those running sleeves. I use them all the time in all weather because they're great when it's hot, they're great when it's cold, they're just awesome. All right, now we're going to go on to our bonus 5 stocking stuffer ideas for runners. So bonus idea number 1 is nutrition. And I'm not talking about how many carbs, proteins, fats do I have in my diet. What I'm talking about is calories that runners need when they're doing longer runs. Again, probably half marathon up to 100, 200 plus mile races that they may be doing, or long training runs. And so there are a lot of options out there. If you're not familiar, I'll give you a couple of examples. Gels, energy gels, they Energy gels come in little packets like this, little squeeze packets. There are different companies that make these. I love Goo. They make lots of flavors. They're my favorite. I've tried other Hammer Nutrition's, not bad. I mean, they taste fine. A lot of races will have these. But I just really like Goo's flavors, the texture, how it goes in. Like it's just my favorite. But you can get these for a couple bucks at most running stores will have these. Amazon, I'll put some links below, has these for sure that you can buy. You can buy them in bulk if you want. Other options, if you've got a really big stocking for your runner, another energy solution I really like is called Goo Roctane, and this is a drink mix powder. So you mix it and then you have it in you mix it to a liter, and your runner has it. It's actually a little bit less than a liter, I think. But anyways, your runner has it, and so instead of having to drink and then eat things or goo, like after a while, those gels are less desirable to take. Like the Roctane is fantastic. It's got the calories, it's got electrolytes also, so it'll replace the electrolytes that your runner is going to be losing. Stocking stuffer idea number 2 is socks and trail gaiters. So my favorite socks, and I'm not supported by this company at all, are Bolegas, and it's all I've used for probably the past 3.5 years. I absolutely love their socks. They've got thin and thicker socks, and they are phenomenal. I get pretty much no blisters anymore when I wear those with my current running shoes, which are Ultra, ALTRA. I don't lose toenails anymore. I don't hardly ever get any blisters, even on 100-mile races. They are fantastic socks. I've only had a couple in like 3 years that have any holes, and they're like right at the tip of the toes. They are extremely durable. They are more expensive. They're about, $12 to maybe $15 for a, no, I don't think they might. But anyways, they're like $10 a pair ish, depending on what kind you get. But they are super durable, and sometimes you can get these on sale where you buy like 4 for the price of 5, and if it saves your runner's feet, like I promise, they will thank you 100 times over for having amazing socks. All right, so what trail gaiters are is they are just a covering. They go over the shoe, cover the socks, and it just keeps, like little rocks, sticks, and things like that from getting in your shoes, causing blisters, causing the runner to have to take their shoes off, maybe their socks off, to get that, that scree crud out of there. So trail gaiters are small. You usually get them for like $15-20 for a pair of those. They're awesome, super helpful to have, especially if you've got a runner that does any running on like any sort of trails, dirt roads, anything like that where you can get crud in your shoes. All right, stocking stuffer gift idea number 3 is anti-chafe solutions. And if your runner hasn't run into this, they will at some point if they do any sort of longer distance runs. Like 5Ks, 10Ks, maybe not so much, but half marathons, anything longer, you start to chafe in areas like under the arms, maybe on the chest, sensitive areas down the groin. And so it's nice to have a solution for that. I've used lots of different products. There's ones called Squirrel's Nut Butter, and you can put it anywhere that you need to. Body Glide is another popular one. You can find a lot of the times you can find those at running stores. One that's great for lower groin, pelvic sensitive areas that I use, and it's one that we actually had for our kids. It's called Boudreaux's Butt Paste. And Boudreaux's Butt Paste. This is awesome stuff. It is really thick. It does make a mess on the inside of clothes. So I probably wouldn't put this on my chest or in my armpits. You could. But this stuff is a miracle. Like if you ever have to go to the bathroom on a run and then run afterwards, like you can get some horrible chafing. But with that stuff on, like I said, it makes a mess in the clothes, but I have not got chafing at all. And again, I'm talking about, 30-hour, 100-mile runs, no chafing. Like that stuff is incredible. It's cheap. Again, I'll put some links down below for these products. You can buy them, but anti-chafe, save your runner a lot of pain and anguish. Bonus number 4 is race entries. So your runner is probably going to want to be running some races. There are 2 websites that I use to find races. And again, you probably want to clear this with your runner, but if there's been a race that they've been eyeing, Run Sign Up is one that you can use for like 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, and kind of your more typical races. If your runner likes to do trail runs or ultra marathons, then the race directory that I'd recommend is called Ultra Sign Up. And with these, you can filter them by like state, by area, by distance, and find the right distance for your runner. But if they've never done a trail race, like they do like trail half marathons, and so they're not like crazy distances like I like to do sometimes, but they are so much fun, like getting out in nature at state parks and things like that. They're just fantastic. So get on those websites. You can get a good race for your runner, have it as a surprise, make a vacation out of some of these, go to a cool place, do a run there. They'll thank you later for that. And then bonus gift idea number 5 are running lights. And so these are, I mean, for utility, if your runner does any like really early morning runs or late runs in the evening or overnight runs, like you got to have a good light. But also for safety, like when you're running, dusk, kind of dawn time, like sometimes it's hard for cars and other things to see runners. And so having that light on can be a safety thing as well for the runners and those that may be around them. And so the favorite headlamps or the headlights that I like to use are from Petzl. Like this company makes amazing outdoor equipment, but they're known in a lot of areas for their headlamps that they make. And there is a huge price variety on these. This one's a lot more expensive, but it has a rechargeable battery that lasts like all night long. And so this is what I use on my really long runs. It does have a flashing red light on the back, which is nice because then when you're running, if cars are coming behind, you should be running against traffic anyways, but people can see that flashing red light for like literally miles away. I've seen people miles away on the mountains with this flashing red light. They're fantastic. It can be a safety thing. But Petzl's great. You can buy, cheaper things at Walmart as well, but having a good headlamp is critical during races when you're running at night and also for safety. But if they're really doing any serious runs at night, especially on the trails, what I like to use is called a Kagala. And what it is it is a strip of LED lights. And so it's multiple lights in one. And you can orient this on, on clothing, on your running vest or running pack, either vertically or horizontally. And this thing is bright as heck. Like with this on around my waist, it hooks into an external battery pack. So then you've also got a charger, a storage, like a power source for, watches, phones, and things like that. Headphones if they need to recharge those. But like the light output from this thing is insane. Like you can see the entire width of the trail from your waist and then have a headlamp to kind of see side to side or like highlight a small area in front of you. But going from that small little cone light from a headlamp to the Kogala, I mean, I can show you videos, but like there is nothing that compares to actually seeing this thing in real life. Like it is amazing and it's becoming popular. I'm seeing more and more runners out on the trails that do night runs, especially with these. But it is a phenomenal investment and you can get different size battery packs with this. You can get a cheaper one and any external battery that has a USB plug-in, these can plug into. So you can buy a different battery pack later if you want. So those are my top 10 gift ideas, 5 bigger ones, 5 stocking stuffers. Hopefully it was helpful for you. If it was helpful at all, please like the video, subscribe for future content. And like I always tell my Spartans, get out there, train hard, train smart, and train Spartan. We'll catch you next time.